Okay, I'll try to make this as quick as I can. I just recorded a really long video and I'm like, it's not even necessary to post it. The things rolling around in my head I can summarize very quickly. This is Luna. This is the 5-second chart, almost kind of worthless. I would normally have this up if I was doing like really hyper short scalps, sometimes even 1 second on like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then I would have like a 30-second or a minute, and then I would have the 5 and the 7 minute, over on another screen. And then I would also, if I was trading an altcoin, I would have Bitcoin and Ethereum, anything I can peg to it roughly. But here's what's on my mind. I'm honestly showing, it's in front of me, Luna, and you can see the big line down. This was the other day. I remember buying some. There's been, I can't remember the exact math, but there's been at least an 100x since those prices. Multiple of your investment. I did not invest a lot. I wish I would have invested more, but here's the perspective I need to share. And hindsight's always 20/20. I wish I would have put thousands and thousands of dollars in here, and I didn't. But I did buy on the way down, and it got to the point where it was almost nothing, and basically I thought I was buying the bottom as it was coming down. So as it continued to come down, it almost seemed more and more silly, because as I would pump more money into it, it kept being less and less money. So like, let's say I keep pouring, like you put 50 or 100 in here, and then here and here and here, and as you keep going down, your investment is like literally going down so fast that every time you put 50 or 100 in, the entire stash of your whole investment is like barely worth the last 50 or 100 or whatever you put in. It's just an example, and it just got to the point where you don't know what the bottom is. Well, actually you kind of do in this case. That's what I feel a little silly. I should have bought more because there's only so far it can go, but I thought, honestly, after seeing it going down so much, I thought, holy shit, at this point I'm just throwing money away. I'm literally burning money. But why I started this video, because I just bought a little bit here, which seems really stupid, honestly, because if and again, I should have the exact math for this post, but I don't. I know it's over 100x. From the 6 zeros in front of the number and a 9, I can't, there's so much movement. I kind of had it, it's hard to even, no, that's only 4 zeros. So it's such an exponential move down here that it's hard to get it on the exact thing. So again, this looks more dramatic than it is. But the reason for the video, finally gonna get to it. There's a lead up. What if this is gonna be this in time? So when I just bought a little right now, I think, oh, holy shit, I've got to spend, let's say, this is just, it's always for simple math. What if I have to spend $100 here to get a fraction what I could get over here or down here the other day for like $5 or $10? And it's wild, because my whole theory was, well, this is kind of what I hope happens, and I don't mean this for anybody else to get dumped on or anything, but I feel like there's a chance that, if we break out here a whole nother level, and the FOMO is going to come in, and a lot of new money is going to come in, because they don't want to miss out on the one that they already missed out on. So it comes up a little and then it dumps. And if it dumps, I'm buying a lot more. And if it dumps for good, then I'll take the risk. I'd rather do that than miss out completely. There's a chance I'm never going to get to buy here ever again. Ever. So when I say, what if this is this, when you zoom out, so whether it's in a day, like in a few days or a month or a year, the reason I'm buying here a little bit is because if this doesn't go to zero and does recover a little bit, I'm not saying to $100 plus, but whatever it ends up doing, I'm saying if it goes up, I should continue to have positions, because I'll never be here again in time. At some point, if it goes up, I'll never be here again. Just like I might not ever see that. Now, the reason I don't think there's any way we're gonna see these prices again, like 6 zeros and then a 9, is because it's the cards have already been shown on what can happen. If anybody's even paying attention, if you put 1,000 in that night, I was sitting at my desk eating some soup, putting in these orders. If you would have put 1,000 in, it means it would be worth over 100 grand right now. If you put 10,000 in, I mean, so if you put the math is wild. So people have already seen what's possible. If it comes back down, I feel like it's too easy for those that miss to get in. And I'm not saying this is manipulated, but what I am saying is there's probably some method behind how it's happening and when information will get released and how that information will lead to change or not change. I always said that the plan to try to save Luna doesn't even have to work for a lifetime opportunity of money and exponential gains to happen. And I said that before this happened. I went to bed. Let me see if I can get the timestamp. I went to bed. I bought all the way down and I went to bed about right here. And I woke up to that hump, which was big, all things considered. And it kept going up and kept going up and kept going up. But the move from here to here is much bigger a lot of times, and not exact from here to here, because we're talking about the zeros. So I guess I'm just saying that if it crashes down long enough for people to buy here and it goes up, that kind of goes against somebody else controlling it to an extent. If those prices and the buys that anybody made down here are over, what if I zoom out in a year and this is still here and this right there looks like we're right there? And I didn't want to buy up here because, I'm getting so much less for my money right in this wave. Why in the hell would I buy right here? Well, if we zoom out and in this tiny little moment, a year or two from now, we're right there and we're here now, aren't you gonna smack yourself and say, I don't know if you want to call it ego or just psychology, like, yeah, I've got money set aside if it crashes to buy. I'm not gonna use buy-in money here to buy this. I'm not gonna use the same amount. I'm not gonna use the same allocated. I have limit orders already set for down here. And as it goes down, sometimes they don't get picked up, which sucks. But I'm gonna spend a little money right here just for the chance that when you zoom out, if this doesn't go to shit, if it doesn't, then in a few years, a few months, whatever, a decade, who knows what's gonna happen? What if we're right here? I mean, this was such a low chance for this to happen, to get in here and be paying attention and not think you're wasting money, that it might not ever happen again. So the next best thing is going to be to get in when you can get in. You don't know what you don't know. Well, you know now. Now, that's not advice for you to go out and do something. This is more just saying, hey, if this happens, I'm going to do this. I mean, shit, root against me, root for me. I think it's all good. It's got to be entertainment. If I put money in and this ends up, or the money I already have in and my theory is completely shit, it'll be hilarious because I'll be wrong and I'll lose my ass. But if I'm right, it'll be entertainment because you'll see somebody do something that, is pretty awesome. The returns and the gains and, some of the things we're all doing now, if you're watching this video and you're into crypto, could change the course of your future. It almost sounds too good to be true, but when you think about that story of that guy, I don't know if it was like he bought a pizza for 25,000 Bitcoins and that's like 750 million or 500 million today. If you zoom out long enough, and I'm not saying it's just Luna, but if we're here in some of these coins' journey, you're going to smack yourself for not wanting to get in just because, in the moment it was the high. Well,